Hello, Slashers, Knifegripped here, and welcome to Shelved Horror, the series where we talk about all the horror ideas I never saw the light of day. For this episode of Shelved Horror, I will be talking about a little cancelled game by name of Insane. Guillermo del Toro's Insane. Guillermo del Toro is a director best known for films such as Pan's Labyrinth, Blade 2, Hellboy, and he was even involved in the cancelled Silent Hill's PT alongside Kojima. And he was even a cameo in Death Stranding 1. Announced at 2010's Spike Video Game Awards on December 11, 2010, Insane was going to be a first-person survival horror game that was in development from 2010 by Volition. Volition are the same developers as the Punisher game in the Saints Row franchise. The game Insane was to be published by THQ. The name Insane was meant to sort of be a placeholder or working title that publisher THQ decided to run with for marketing materials. In an MTV interview that I couldn't track down, Guillermo del Toro described Insane as a sandbox game that is Lovecraftian in a very sick way. So does that mean that there would be open world elements to this game by chance? The game would have largely taken inspiration from The Thing and the Dark Lord Cthulhu. There would be tons of body horror and cosmic horror in this game, as demonstrated in the concept art for the game. As you can see, there's a render of one of the monsters here. There's some weird claw-like stingers on his shoulder. I'm not exactly sure what those are, but he looks pretty cool, and he looks like he has some similarities to crabs or something. There's another image of the same monster in a crawling position and in multiple angles. And then there's also a photo of a large mass of blood and guts and body tissue. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at here. This next monster looks very similar to the one we just looked at. He looks really interesting. He has glowing parts of his body. I think I know why he has this design. I'll get more into it later on in the video, but it looks really cool, the spikes and stuff on different parts of what looks like armor to me. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but it does look really cool. It kind of reminds me of a bug a little bit. And after that, there's some interesting creature with what looks like parts of a robe or something. I'm not exactly sure what that cloth part's called. I forgot what they call that, but this looks kind of like a lord or a creature of authority. It looks really cool overall. I really love the design of these monsters. But it gets even better after that, because look at this one. We got some strange tentacle-y monster with multiple limbs. This is definitely one of my favorites. It just looks really fucking cool, and there's some strange red and black orb floating, and I wonder what importance that would have to the creature. Parts of that orb remind me of the Quake logo. After that, we see a monster with multiple eyes, spider-like legs, tentacles, and those tatas. Okay, I'm gonna stop being creepy, but this monster looks really grotesque, disgusting, and creepy and awesome. After that, we see, I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at here. It looks like a very skeletal-like creature with, you can see its tendons and stuff in its legs, and it reminds me of what the main character looks like at the end of the remake of The Fly. It looks really creepy. And last but not least, we got whatever the hell this thing is. As you can see, it looks like there's kind of like an orb like that one image showed, like instead it's not red and black. It looks like it's black and blue, but like you can see like it has like gray hairs and stuff and multiple limbs and like tentacle like appendages and stuff. And this might actually be like one of my top favorites. These concepts are definitely my favorite just because there's just so many moving parts and just so much to them. It's overall really creepy creature. This is probably second creepiest. I would say the weird spider lady with the tits is probably the creepiest, but this is still quite scary and I really loved the design here. Overall, the monster design in this canceled game is fucking sick. It's awesome. It's so cool. But to move on, let's get to what the plot of this game was gonna be. The plot of the game followed a sheriff of the town it's set in, and basically during the celestial event of the game, he is separated from his son, and he is trying to go and get his son and his wife to safety. It's apparently an alien invasion that's progressive, and at first it's barely noticeable, then the invasion becomes more and more prominent, and by the end, the sheriff finds out what's truly behind the invasion, and it's apparently quite monstrous. The monsters would go in size from being fairly small to enormous, like the size of mountains. The end of the game would feature a very large creature you'd have to drive a train into, and the final level would take place inside this creature. And I'm not talking about you and them guts. Well, I mean, I am talking about you and those guts, but not in that kind of way, okay? The goal would be to blow up the creature from the inside, which, from what I looked up about this game, there was mention that there would be TNT on this train that you would drive into the creature, so that would be how you'd blow up the creature from the inside. Despite how hard it was to implement, Insane would have featured first-person melee combat alongside what I would assume would be gunplay. I'm pretty sure that gunplay would be in this game. Dave Samuel, best known for the visual effects on the Destiny games, was on to do visual effects for Insane, and apparently he had some crazy stuff planned. The game would start out in a strange lighthouse. It would span out into an adventure. There would be shifts between cool set-piece moments where things would be shrunken down to focus more on psychological horror, go from that to big monster moments. This game sounds like it's going to have a lot going for it overall. According to Guillermo del Toro, Insane was supposed to take players to a place they have never seen before, where every single action makes them question their own sense of morale and reality. It would be a fight between trying to determine what's real and not, and who's messing with your mind. With your mind! In a Game Informer interview with Insane's art director Matt Flegel, lead writer Steve Jaros, who's now at Valve, and senior producer / creative director Jack Hennickett, the developers revealed that Insane would be a first-person eldritch horror game with heavy emphasis on mindfucks. Insane was the first in a planned trilogy, but unfortunately, in August 6th of 2012, THQ announced the cancellation of the game due to lack of funds to make the game before the original THQ went bankrupt, with the intellectual property rights transferring to Guillermo del Toro. But with how many years have passed from then, there's no certainty that Guillermo del Toro will actually go through with having Insane made into an actual game through a different developer and publisher. Guillermo del Toro has voiced interest in having Valve take a stab at developing Insane, but like I said, it's been so long, it's very unlikely, unfortunately. Would I have loved to see this game get made? Hell yeah. It seems like Guillermo del Toro unfortunately has the worst luck with having games made. Literally this game, and then a couple years after that, Silent Hills PT gets canceled. He just doesn't have the best luck with games, unfortunately. It's really too bad, because I think that Insane sounds awesome. I had a lot of fun researching this, because on the surface level, there's, I guess, a fair share amount of information, but I had to really, kind of dig a little deeper to find the juicier stuff, and oh boy did I find some juicy stuff about how the game was going to play out, what they're going for, and it was a lot of fun. But you never know, maybe one day Guillermo del Toro will just get a spark in him that makes him want to have this game actually get made into something one day. Really, who knows, maybe he'll see this video and be like, you know what, I want to make Insane again. But that'll be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content, and definitely subscribe to Become a Slasher. All social media links in my merch down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching my shelved horror video about Guillermo del Toro's Insane. If you want to help support the channel, you could do so by using my link for Frankenfuel for 15% off. Frankenfuel tastes amazing. You won't regret it. You're helping me out, you're helping Frankenfuel out, and you're helping yourself out because you get some delicious energy goodness. You could also help support the channel by buying my merch. I have some amazing designs on my merch store, such as what I'm wearing right now, my Psych hoodie, or you could buy the Psych Wants to Play With You shirt. Both amazing designs. I will be adding more designs in the near future, so keep a lookout. And you could also help support the channel by becoming a member for $5. But I'm out of here, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget, guys, to keep on slashing and stay insane.